General Vex Lorn of the Khan Imperial Fleet stood before the holographic tactical display, his 6 eyes narrowed with disdain. The newly encountered species, humans as they called themselves, had emerged from a backwater solar system and dared to reject the Empire's demand for unconditional surrender. "They've deployed their rudimentary defenses here," he said, gesturing with a clawed limb toward the mountainous terrain encircling the human settlement on Proxima Centauri B. Single-shot projectile weapons, minimal shielding, no psychic dampeners, pitiful. Commander Zul, his second-in-command, twitched her antenna in amusement. "They dismissed our tactical briefing. Their general even advised us against marching in a straight line," she said, imitating the clipped tones of human speech. Chittering. Laughter echoed around the chamber. "They understand nothing of modern warfare," scoffed Biexlan. "Our battle mechs are invulnerable to kinetic rounds. By dawn, they'll be rubble." The view screen showed the human colony, insignificant at first glance, a collection of habitat domes in the valley, shielded only by a basic magnetic field. Encircling the ridges were scattered figures, thinly positioned, strange in formation. "Deploy." "The 87th Legion," Vex Lorn ordered. "Standard intimidation array." Sergeant Major Chen lay motionless beneath the alien foliage, her ghillie suit rendering her nearly invisible against Proxima B's flora. 2 kilometers away across the valley, her rifle scope tracked the Kargan dropships as they deployed. Massive battle mechs stomped into formation, their energy weapons glowing with charge. "Same formation they used on Kepler 442b, whispered Corporal Jackson beside her. "They haven't learned." Chen adjusted her Barrett XM500 anti-materiel rifle. It had been adapted for Proxima's gravity and air density, loaded with custom rounds. Depleted uranium cores, stabilized with microscopic QDD arrays. The Kargans had labeled such technology obsolete. "Wind 8 KE from east," Jackson murmured. "Range 958 meters, temp stable." Chen controlled her breathing, slipping into the familiar calm of combat. Her pulse slowed. The world narrowed to a single target. "Tactical command to all units," came General Rivera's voice in her earpiece. "Execute Operation Scattered Shot." Chen squeezed the trigger. General Vex Lorn was mid-sentence when the lead command mech erupted in a fiery blast. The holographic display stuttered under the shockwave. "What happened?" he snapped, mandibles grinding. "Unknown signature," the tactical officer replied. "Command mech's core was penetrated." "Impossible," Vex Lorn hissed. "Primitive kinetics can't breach our armor." Before he could react, another mech dropped, then another. Each shot was surgically precise, targeting the exact junction where neural command met power distribution. A vulnerability that should have been buried in classified archives. "Disperse formation," he barked, but it was too late. Across the ridgelines, 48 human snipers had fired in unison. Each had trained with retired engineers, original architects, of the Kargan neural interface tech. They had memorized schematics, studied weak points. By the time the invaders adjusted, 37 of their 50 battle mechs lay in twisted heaps across the valley. "Cease fire," Chen ordered calmly. "Conserve ammo." The operation had succeeded flawlessly. Humans lacked the Khan Empire's technological dominance, but they understood something the Empire had long forgotten. With enough precision, finesse could overwhelm brute strength. Aboard the command ship, Vex Lorn stared at the fragmented display, his forces devastated in under 5 minutes, without ever locating the enemy. How? He growled at his tactical officer. How did they know our mech design vulnerabilities? "Unknown, General," the officer replied. "Intercepted transmissions suggest they call it sniping, a specialized discipline." A chime interrupted. An incoming transmission. It was the human general. "Each of your mechs costs approximately 8.7 million Imperial credits," Rivera said once the channel opened. "Our rounds cost 42 credits apiece. You may want to reconsider the economics of your invasion." 3 days later, the Khan Imperial Council received Vexlorn's formal report. The Empire, conqueror of 17 star systems, by overwhelming force, had been halted by creatures wielding what amounted to refined hunting techniques. These humans, Vexlorn concluded, do not fight as we do. They do not seek honor in open conflict. Each fights as if the entire battle depends on them alone. They find flaws we did not know existed. They strike from the shadows and vanish before we can retaliate. The Council voted unanimously. Diplomatic overtures would replace further aggression. Some truths, they finally admitted, surpassed technology. Patience, precision, and the wisdom to know that sometimes the slightest pressure in the exact right place could topple empires. And the humans, it seemed, had mastered the art of finding that place.